Hello, people. So, 4 months ago, I announced a Q&A video, and only today I found some time and some mood to answer your questions. Just for some reason, wanna talk to the camera today, and I'm sorry for a little delay, but today I will answer all the questions that you left in the comments under the video. And oh yeah, I had also a community post, probably, I guess. Let me check it out. Yeah, I'll try to make this video in one take because I don't really wanna chop this video to different parts. No comments under the community post. Alright, so let's start. I hope my English won't spoil it. And the first question is, where are you from? And the guys in the comments have two options. Valentine Prozorov says, from Russia, of course. Did you hear his accent? And Samurai No for Wu says Norway. I also saw that some people think that I'm from Sweden or some other Scandinavian country, but I'm actually from Russia. Yeah, from Russia, from Siberia, from city called Novosibirsk. Yeah, quite far away from my current place of living, which is Warsaw, Poland. Alright, the second question. Are you Russian, brother? Yeah, I'm Russian. Hey, thanks for your content. Thank you. How do you scream in tune? Maybe it's not called screaming, but instead singing with distortion. Either way, do we still practice the way you teach, or is this a completely different method? Thanks, Vampire Boy. Thank you for your question. So, yeah, this is the same way as I teach in the videos, and your ability to sing, your ability to scream in tune depends on your ability to sing in tune, to feel like whether you're singing or screaming in pitch, your ability to hit the notes. So, as I explained in my videos, like all the screams I derive from basic false chord distortion, like no, yeah, from false chord drive. And as you can hear, it has like two elements, two components. So the first one is false chord, and the second one is your voice. And your voice gives this vibration a pitch. So you have a pitch like in the core element of your screams. So your screams are in pitch too. So you're screaming in a certain pitch. Your screams may be pitchless if you do some, I don't know, whispery screams, like with very little voice or even without voice. I don't recommend doing that because it's not very fun for your vocal folds. Yeah, and the second moment, the second situation where it might be not clear is low growls, because in case with low growls, your like when you do very low growls, your fundamental note is drawn like in overtones. So overtones are more prominent than the main note, and because of that it might be like difficult to, you know, to hear. Sometimes I growling in pitch, or I don't know, tuner won't show you like the note that you growling, and yeah, it might sound even that it's in a way pitchless or something, but it has a certain pitch too. And even if the subharmonics are more prominent, like you can, you know, adjust your growling, screaming to the instrumental, to the arrangement. So yeah, this is the way I taught in my videos. Like, I don't know, if you can't hear, are you like like if you singing or screaming in tune, if you like not sure, visit some, I don't know, clean singing teacher like in your city. Go for, I don't know, 2-3 months, 2 years. I don't know, it depends on the person, of course. Yeah, but once you hear it, it won't be a problem to scream in tune. Alright. Flame 4681 asked me, did you listen to metal when you were a child? And what do you listen from music other than metal and rock? I didn't listen to metal when I was a child. I listened to Michael Jackson and to Eminem. Still enjoying those musicians, those artists. They're great. And members of my family didn't listen to metal too. So I started to listen to metal when I was a teenager. It was, I don't know, when I was 12 or 13 years old. A little bit later, but still quite young. What do you listen from music other than metal and rock? I listen to dubstep, to hip hop, old school, new school, like electronic music in general, like some house. I don't know what else. If you like, if I have to choose like one genre, it's dubstep. Like not British version of dubstep, but American, so-called brostep. Like for the last 2 or 3 years, the main like two artists that I listened to that inspired me the most are Skrillex and Russian rapper Morgenstern. I'm not joking. Yeah, don't even ask. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. So, like these guys. Can listen to classical music sometimes, but not too often. So basically, I like music that slaps or has some interesting melodic, some interesting melodies, some interesting melodic movements inside the song. Yeah. Also, I like simple music. You know, as I said, for the last 2 years, I had a like break from metal, listen to that dubstep and hip hop mainly. And the thing with metal, especially with extreme genres, is that you have to like digest like music before you truly understand it. That's the case, especially with black metal or some progressive technical death metal. So you have to listen to album one time, like the second time, and on the third time you probably start to understand something. You start to get it. Or maybe not. Or maybe you just, spend a couple of hours of your life and it's all in vain. So yeah, I don't wanna like listen to the songs again and again until I understand them. I want songs to hit like from the first listen. I want to like turn on like the song and feel like it's a great song and I like it. So yeah. Still listen to metal though, to rock, like no problem. But over my teenage years, over my life, I had some oversaturation from metal and rock music. So yeah, just want to switch between different genres. Alright, the next comment. Какой приятный мужчина, хороший контент. Спасибо. Okay, loser minded 7989 asks, I would like to ask what was the first screaming vocals you heard and how did it influence your into screaming? By the way, you're a fine looking gentleman. Thank you for your question. Okay, the first screaming vocals. I guess it's probably gotta be Marilyn Manson. Yeah, so I started to listen to metal with Rammstein and I listened to them over like 1 year. Then the second year of me listening to metal, started to listen to Marilyn Manson a lot. So probably Marilyn Manson. And how did he influence me into screaming? Like, he didn't, basically. I like Marilyn Manson, I like his vocals, I like his album Antichrist Superstar to this day, but he's not really an inspiration for me in terms of vocals. Yeah, so he has some screaming parts, but after that, I don't know. Slipknot, Corey Taylor, like with Slipknot, I just started to listen to extreme metal. So it's like it was my first extreme metal band. And after listening to them, I finally understood what people find in different heavy genres. Okay. And the next, not question, commentary. I would like to hear your clean voice. A metal cover with clean voice would be great. Julian Rinaldi. Yeah, I think that a metal cover with clean voice would be great, but not with my clean voice, because I'm not a clean singer. You really don't want to listen to that. I can assure you. Stinky Rat 420 says a plus question. Can you name some best vocals on core scene in your opinion? You know, I'm not really into core scene at the moment, and I never really was. I don't know, if we were like in 2010, I would tell you that Mitch Lacker, like my favorite. As for now, I don't know. Will Ramos from Lorna Shore, maybe, probably. I don't like Lorna Shore, but Will Ramos is obviously very. He's on a very advanced level of extreme vocals. Good lows, good highs, good mids. Probably Will Ramos. I don't know. You probably wanted me to name some, less famous vocalists, but honestly, I don't know. Especially like 2023. I don't know, man. Okay. LH0 says in Russian, brother, thank you for your content. Could you make a cover on Meshuggah? Kidman's vocals in your performance were great. I have a couple of covers of Meshuggah on my channel, and I'm not really planning to do more Meshuggah covers soon. But yeah, maybe I will do someday. Who knows? Thank you for your question. Okay. Ash Plays BG asks, join a band, man. Not asks, but says. Join a band, man. Your vocals are crazy. Thank you. But in the foreseeable future, I don't really plan to join any band. I'm planning, as I mentioned in my channel, I'm planning to do electronic music with extreme vocals. As for now, working on some stuff, improving my sound design. I started recently to... I'm not sure about it, but yes, starting to understand the production as a process. And the thing with joining bands, I would join a metal band, like maybe in the future. But the thing is, in metal, like as of today, nothing really happens. Something is going on in deathcore, like, but some people might say like deathcore is not metal. But if we exclude deathcore, metal is pretty much stagnant. Metal is pretty much stagnant. And if you take deathcore, I'm not a fan of deathcore, really. Like, in deathcore, I don't have any, like, there are no 10 out of 10 albums, even 9 out of 10 albums, not even 8 out of 10, maybe though Suicide Silence albums. I don't know. So I'm not a fan of deathcore. I'm not a fan of gent, really. Gent in deathcore, like gent and modern metal are probably synonyms at this point. In these genres, you have some good songs, but you don't have great albums, and overall these genres are quite monotonous, especially with gent today. Like in 2010s, we had bands like Animals Leaders, Periphery, Born of a Series, these bands, and that was interesting. That was cool. That was something new. And over the last 10 years, people just were going lower and lower with their tunings, and now, Like we reached the bottom, and people start to mix deathcore with new metal. Some nostalgia projects like Greta Van Fleet in rock are coming up, and it seems like people don't really know what to do next. People run out of ideas. And I had some script when I wanted to speculate about some metal genres that could appear in the future. But yeah, as for now, deathcore, so-called modern metal, and gent are prevalent on the scene, and as a result, the majority of people wanna do something and play in these genres. Yeah, and it's not interesting for me at all. And on the other hand, the rest of the people, they wanna play some traditional stuff, some black metal, death metal, I don't know, thrash metal, you name it. So basically the stuff that people played 30 years ago. This is not interesting for me too. I would like to participate in something new. Yeah, like I trying to make something new with my electronic music, and yeah, it's not an easy task, as you may know. So yeah. As for now, no plans for joining any band. If you are a member of some band, if you're a composer and you have some revolutionary ideas, I don't know, exceptional songwriting, and so on and so forth, maybe I would consider that in the future. But as for now, no, unfortunately. That's the part of the reason why I switched to dubstep and to electronic music. Let's say that bro step is probably dead. To electronic music and to hip hop, because it's something different and there's something going on, in metal. I don't know. It doesn't look bright for me. I don't know. Okay. The next question from Samurai No for Wu. What was your introduction to heavy metal rock genre? Yeah, as I mentioned before, I started with Rammstein. I watched a video, some video with Rammstein's song Ich Will. Yeah, and it was just mesmerizing, and I started to listen to this song on the repeat. Then I discovered the song America, Sun, and I was a crazy Rammstein fan for a couple of years. After that, I started to listen to Marilyn Manson. This was my second obsession with an artist. And after Marilyn Manson, I started to listen to new metal bands. Limp Bizkit, System of a Down, Slipknot, like Static X, and all the others. And with Slipknot, I remember I was sick, and I was walking down the streets. I had to visit a doctor, so he gives me a medical letter, so I just don't have to go to school. I can stay home. And it was 6, oh no, not 6, like 8 a.m. It was pretty dark on the street, on the outside, and I listened to Psychosocial, and I never really liked Psychosocial. Before I forget, I listened to The Duality, and screaming parts and these songs were tough for me. I like the songs, but you understand what I mean. When you don't, when you were never introduced to some extreme genres, to screaming, you don't really perceive screaming as a musical instrument, as a clean vocals. And when I listened to Psychosocial that day, something clicked in my head. I started to realize what the point, and I just absorbed all the heaviness, I don't know, screaming one of the best musical experiences in my life, definitely. So yeah, Slipknot, and that was the moment. Okay, Windows update, maybe later, huh? All right. We are all vultures, asks me like a bunch of questions. First of all, how old are you? I'm 24 years old, turned 24 this June. What got you into this style of music? As I mentioned before, like Rammstein, then Marilyn Manson, Slipknot, new metal. Then I started to listen to melodic death metal, and just one by one. What is your favorite guilty? Oh no. That was the next question. What are some of your favorite bands, artists, songs? Outside of metal, I mentioned Skrillex, Morgenstern. What else? Classical music. Don't really have any favorite artists. Let me take a look at my wall. From the new school hip hop. I know from the new school hip hop, I also like trio, like Suicide Boys, Young Lean, Bones. Don't listen to them too often, but they're my favorites from these genres. I'll Slipknot, no. I don't know. Okay, from metal, definitely Meshuggah, Children of Bodom. From power metal, Sonata Arctica. Korn were at some point, but as for now, I'm not sure. Metallica is better than Megadeth and and then the rest of Big Four. Definitely exceptional songwriting, exceptional vocals. Yeah, Metallica. Cradle of Filth. Let me open my Spotify. Maybe. Let me see what I'm listening to currently. Okay, dubstep. Oh, yeah. From Russian rap also, Oxymoron. Yeah, great rapper. Like it's like Russian Eminem, but with some grime dubstep beats, and it's called intellectual rap in Russia. It's not intellectual. It's quite pretentious, but still, his technical abilities, his delivery, it's amazing. So yeah, I consider that I can't really listen to metal lately. I don't know. So yeah, when it comes to metal, that's probably it. Children of Bottom, Cradle of Filth. I have poster of Rammstein, but this is my first band, not one of my favorites now. So yeah, let it be it. Okay. What is your favorite guilty pleasure band, artist, song? I don't have any guilty pleasure artists, bands, of songs at this point. I'm listening to everything I like, whether it's some stupid rap about money and bitches, or I know some grindcore. I don't listen to grindcore, just as an example. No, I don't have, but at some point I remember myself. I remember listening to The Antwoord, and at the time, that was tough. Especially song Enter the Ninja, I guess. Yeah, this motif. I am your butterfly. I don't know. There's something about it that you just don't wanna other people know that you listen to such music. But now, now I'm okay with that. I'm just listening to everything I want. No guilty pleasure at all. Who's your favorite live performers, and why? Okay, if we talk about metal, Suicide Silence, definitely. You know, their shows are just created. They, you look at them and it's like energy. I don't know. I have no words in any languages to explain that. Mitch Lacker's presence. It was amazing. It was amazing. Now, guys, got older and everything, but I'm talking about their prime years. Except Suicide Silence. Suicide Silence. I don't know, man. I don't know. I wouldn't call myself a fan of live shows, so live performance is not that important for me, to be honest. So, Suicide Silence, man. What is the first live show you attended? Uh, it was The Offspring. They gave concert in Novosibirsk in Siberia. Yeah, I went there with my nephew and his father. We just it was like a little stadium, and we were just walking around that, watching from to this thing from different angles. And at some point, my nephew got bored. Like, I a little bit got bored, even though I listened to Offspring quite a lot. But it wasn't like close to the scene. We had, I don't know, some of the cheapest tickets or something. I don't remember. So we like left the show after half an hour or something. So yeah, The Offspring. Then we had Karn in Novosibirsk. That was great. If you had to pick, what is your favorite era of music? Let's start once again with metal. When it comes to metal, 90s by far is the best era of music. Like black metal, death metal, melodic death metal, not all the power metal, but great power metal, gothic metal, industrial, like everything that is good about metal, everything appeared in 90s. Debut Slipknot album, everything basically. Yeah, and after that, yeah, 90s definitely. Also, electronic music, The Prodigy's, Aphex Twin, or selected ambient works, maybe in the 80s. I don't remember. But yeah, gotta be 90s. Some good hip hop. Everything is great. I was born in 90s, by the way. So yeah, best era for music. For electronic music, it's probably maybe the first decade of the century. This century is good for, like, if we talk about electronic music, about hip hop, so no reasons to complain. And the last question from We Are All Vultures: what made you decide to bring this type of content to social media? So I have basically two reasons behind that. The first one, I just wanted to show my skills. I just wanted to make covers that I always wanted to make. Like, when you learn to scream, you keep in mind like those songs that you will cover one day, and I did that. Yeah, I covered pretty much everything I wanted to cover in this life. Some of the covers I just haven't finished. I have one cover prepared, but I just don't have time. I don't have any desire to to prepare a video for that. Maybe I will release it as my second cover at the time. Yeah, that the first reason, and the second reason is more, I don't know, financial, material. I just wanted to have some additional source of income from vocal lessons. Yeah, and maybe turn it to like my main source of income, like in the future. But even after my first tutorial got viral, not too viral, but I've got like 3,000 subscribers because of the one video. Basically, after that, my results with the students, the amount of people who would like to have lessons with me, it was quite disappointing for me. I expected at least a little bit more, but and as a result, I just don't see, any. I don't see a point of making tutorials anymore. It takes a lot of time to write script, to record video, to edit video. It's not a fun thing. Actually, it's not a fun thing. I enjoyed making covers, but once again, editing videos, posting that shit everywhere, it's it's very time consuming, and the life is short, the time is precious, and now I have some other things to do. And when you grow on your channel, you have that thought in mind that you have to keep going, you have to release videos like 2 times a month, 3 times a month, every week. Now I'm recording that video just because I want, and I will be releasing covers just because I want, that's the healthy way of spending your free time. I just lost all the reasons of posting this type of content to social media anymore. I had it, and now I don't. Okay, the following questions are from Sarush S83. I'm glad you're growing and you get more views because you deserve it. Thank you. I was curious that where are you from? I answered Russia. When did you start to seriously train vocals? It was probably 5. At this point, it's probably 6 years ago. I started to train my vocals when I were in Russia, in my first university in Akademgorodok. I probably told about it in my video about places for screaming. Yeah, I lived in a dormitory, and I tried to do some screams there. And my roommates were like, "What the fuck, bro? What are you doing with your life? Shut up, please." I continued to keep practicing. I had a couple of teachers, and eventually I came to that point in my screaming development. Do you have any friends who helped you, or you learned it on your own? I didn't have friends, but I had... Okay, the last teacher is my friend. So yeah, I had teachers. As I said, I had teachers. And, as I see it, the scene with music, and the music industry, I'm not an expert in music industry or something, but the scene with music, as I see it, is you have to spend a lot of time, you have to, grind, practice on a regular basis, and there are no shortcuts except two. The first one is teachers. Yeah, it's... with teachers you progress like 2 or 3 times faster than you would. And it's not an advertisement of my vocal lessons or something. This is my honest opinion, yeah? I'm experiencing it with production now. I experienced it with language lessons. Not English, but, Polish, even though my Polish sucks too. But, and the second one is, your connections, people that do the same thing that you do, your bandmates, some guys on your local scene. So yeah, teachers, especially the last one, helped me a lot. Without my last teacher, I wouldn't be where I am today. Definitely. Okay, Justin Ricey says, big love from Australia. Hello, Australia, my man. You helped me find my false chord. I glad I did. Question: could you do tutorial on get line the male voice to clean belt and gradually slide into extreme fry in one drawn out scream? Damn. A complicated sentence, but okay. Okay, first of all, belting is more of clean singing thing. You know, I can't really tell about belting because it's just not my specialization, so I can't tell you anything about it. And about extreme fry, I wanted to record a video. I started to record a video about my screams not being fry. So every scream that I showed on this channel so far, it's all false code. All the screams are derived from the same basic false code drive, false code distortion. So I'm not an expert in fry screams too. Like in proper fry screams, not some falsetto stuff that people call fry most of the time. The thing I can say, like in terms of switching from clean voice to screaming, is first of all, it's almost always you almost always need to add more air and more pressure to activate your false chords. And the second thing, if you can like start with screaming, like if you have, you know, a good level of control, it won't be a problem from to switch from your clean voice to screaming. You know, it's sort of, I don't know, natural. But maybe with some proper singing, there can be a problem. I'm not sure, man. Honestly. Okay, that was the last question. The last comment. Congrats, man. Thank you. That was the last question on YouTube, and I had another question on Instagram, but I probably deleted that post. I had one question under that post. Man, I'm sorry. So, as far as I remember, the guy asked me about breathing, about breath support, something like that. And with the thing with breath support is when you use like false chord technique that I show on this channel, not some airy breath like or something like that. You understand what I'm talking about. Your abs are always straight. Like even if I do some staccato phrasing, like all the time when I scream, my abs are equally strained. With falsetto screams, like those hysterical screams, I did a cover of In Flames with this kind of screams. Yeah, your breath support is not stable, but with all the other, in all other cases, your abs always strained. And why is that? Because your false chord, your drive, it doesn't work without your abs being strained. So they're just linked. So, and if you watch my tutorials, they're a good way to a good indicator that you doing everything right is actually your abs being strained. Yeah, because they work together. All right. So that was it. Thank you for your questions, guys. It was a pleasure to answer to them. If you have any other questions, if you, I don't know, for some reason would like to see the second episode of Q&A, leave them in the comments. Maybe I will do them. Maybe I'm not. I don't know at this point. If you asked questions under one of my like covers or something and I didn't answer, I'm sorry. I don't have time. I am lazy. I don't want to answer questions. You know, different reasons. And about the future of the channel, It's basically the same as uh, uh, like the same as I said in the last community post. The channel is currently frozen. There will be some occasional vocal covers. I don't know, some random spontaneous videos. But other than that, I'm not sure. Not planning to do any tutorials. Maybe I will upload that one cover I talked about. Yeah, maybe with video, maybe without it. We will see. And yeah, this year I'll be working on my music, on my production and sound design skills. Okay, thank you guys. Stay safe. Have a nice day. Have a nice life. Don't waste your time. See you soon. And bye.